The Tim Machine. A stuffed wombat production.
You have been listening to the Shirehampton Stuffed Wombat Society with their production of The Tim Machine. Thank God that's over for another episode. Listener complaints should be sent to the usual address. That's if you can make head or tail of what you've just heard. I mean, can you even remember how it started? Ah, Mugg, I wasn't expecting you.
No, well, I just thought I'd pop round. Is this, convenient?
Oh, yes, come on in, the kettle's just boiled. I said, come on in.
What? Oh, yes, right.
Are you all right, old boy? You keep looking over your shoulder. Are you looking for someone?
No, it's all right.
I thought I saw someone lurking down by the gatepost when I opened the door, but I can't see them now.
Never mind. Let's go in. That's the way. Kettle just boiled, you say?
Well, you know what I'm like for tea. It's my drug of choice. That and the ketamine. Let's go into the living room. Now then, here you go. Tea just the way you like it. I say, Mugg. If you stopped texting on your phone, I could actually hand you this cup of tea.
Oh, yes, quite right. Sorry, old boy. Rude of me. I had to send an urgent message.
Is there a problem?
Problem? No. Everything's hunky-dory. Tip-top. Absolutely fine.
Right. So, here we are.
Yes, indeed, here we are.
Pity about the weather. Rather cloudy and all that.
It's going to be a lot better tomorrow.
Is it? I haven't seen the forecast.
Neither have I.
So, how do you...
Is that your doorbell?
What?
Your doorbell. I thought I heard your doorbell.
No, I don't think... Good Lord. I say, have you got the gift of second sight? If you had, you could tell me tomorrow's lottery numbers. Though I've already got my ticket. It's there on the sideboard, so that wouldn't do much good. Better go and see who that is. Make yourself at home. Mugg seems awfully on edge about something. And now another unexpected visitor. What an odd day this is. Hello? Oh, there's no one there. Hello? Strange, the gate is swinging. Do children still play knock-down ginger these days? Surely they're too fat to run away. Oh well, back to the living room. Strange thing, Mugg, there was no one... Oh, now he's disappeared. Mugg?
Yes?
Ah! You made me jump. What are you doing behind the sofa?
Press-ups.
What?
Press-ups. Yes, that's it. Keep fit, 98, 99, 100. There we go.
You did 100 press-ups while I went to the door?
Absolutely.
I bet you started counting at 85. Anyway, never mind that. There was no one at the door. It looked like someone had rung the bell and then run away. I could see the gate still swinging. What do you make of that?
Probably kids playing knock-down ginger.
That's what I thought, but they're all about the size of a small elephant these days. They'd never get away in time.
You're probably right. Anyway, I must be going.
So soon? You've only just got here.
Time marches on and all that. Don't get up. I'll see myself out. Toodle pip.
Bye. What peculiar behaviour. Never known Mugg to act like that before. Wonder what he was really doing behind the sofa. Looks like he's moved some of the things on the sideboard. Good Lord! The little bugger's taken my lottery ticket.
All right. Hold on, I'm coming. Zung!
Where is it?
Upstairs, first on the left. Put the seat down when you've finished.
Not that, you rat, you know what I mean.
I do not.
What have you done with it?
With what? Oof! Look, there's no need to barge past me like that.
It's in this house somewhere, and I'm going to find it.
Find what? Look, old boy, just calm down and tell me what you're looking for.
My lottery ticket.
Your... But why would I have your lottery ticket?
You tell me. All I know is you took it when you visited me this morning, and I'm going to get it back.
I didn't visit you this morning.
Rubbish.
But I didn't.
So it was just some doppelganger, was it? Pathetic excuse. Where's my lottery ticket?
I haven't got it.
What's in this room?
You can't go in there.
Aha!
There's nothing in there. You mustn't.
We'll see about that. So there it... Good Lord. What's that?
Well, it's not your bloody lottery ticket, is it?
I can see that. Lottery tickets don't look like Chesterfield armchairs with half a ton of dials, levers and switches all over them.
Quite.
So what is it?
I'd rather not say. Anyway, I thought you were looking for your lottery ticket, which I don't have.
I see what's going on. You've blown your budget on some ridiculously newfangled piece of furniture, and you've nicked my lottery ticket in the hope that it'll help you pay for it.
Certainly not.
Well, come on then, I'm waiting. What is this contraption?
If you must know, it's a time machine.
What?
It's a time machine.
You have invented a time machine?
Yes.
All by yourself?
Yes. Well, actually, no. I had some help. Quite a lot of help, as it goes, from Miss Lovelace. She used her indifference engine and her Quintam computers to sort out a lot of the theoretical physics, but all the main planning and construction was mine.
Look, I'm still very angry with you for stealing my lottery ticket.
I haven't.
But I have to say that this is seriously impressive.
Thanks. I call it the Tim machine.
The what?
The Tim machine.
The Tim machine?
Yes, after me, Timothy Mugg. You do get it, don't you?
Oh, yes, I get it. It's just that it's a bit rubbish.
Do you mind?
I mean, why didn't you just call it the Time Machine, old boy?
Well, I thought about that, but the name's already taken, so to speak. H.G. Wells and all that. Everyone would think it was something to do with the novel or the films.
Yes, I see your point.
And I thought of using my surname and calling it the Mugg machine. But then I thought people might expect it to dispense crockery, or bash you over the head and nick your wallet.
Yes, and the other unfortunate connotation too.
Namely?
Well, you know, mug as in idiot. A fool, a silly arse, a half-wit, someone with no brain power, a patsy.
Yes, I get the point.
Dim, plodding, unthinking, a twit, backwards, an utter moron.
Yes, thank you. You've made your thoughts perfectly clear.
Sorry, old boy, but you have to admit it's a bit of an odd surname.
Unlike Zung, I suppose.
What?
Zung, your surname.
Yes, I know it's my surname. What do you mean?
Well, Zung. It's not even a real word, is it? It's made up.
Every word is made up. We didn't crawl out of the primordial sludge with a head full of language.
OK. How many Zungs are there in the phone book?
Lots.
Lots.
Well, all right, 2.
And one of them is?
Me.
And the other is?
Also me, because they made an error at the printers.
And how many are there on the electoral roll?
None.
None?
Same bloody printers. Anyway, I can name you lots of Zungs. There was Tarquin Zung, and Julius Zung, and Balthazar Zung.
Hang on a minute. Who are all these?
Well, Tarquin was my father, and Julius was his father.
So all the Zungs you've heard of are actually your own ancestors?
Yes, well, moving on, because we do rather seem to have got off the point. Today I have learned 2 things. 1, you're a lottery ticket thief.
I am not a lottery ticket thief.
And 2, it turns out that you're a genius. I mean, I knew you were a technical whiz and all that, but inventing a time machine is really something else.
Well, it's in the family, you know. My great-uncle Bartholomew created something very similar. He invented a space machine.
And what did that do?
He could use it to go between any 2 points in space.
We can all do that, old boy. There are these things called legs. Not to mention cars, buses, trains.
Ah, but he wasn't just going from Bootle to Bognor. He could go between any 2 points anywhere.
So, say from the North Pole to the South Pole?
Absolutely. And not just from our poles.
You what?
He could go to the North Pole on Mars if he wanted to, or anywhere on any other planet in the universe. As long as the place existed, he could go there in his space machine. And it was instant. Step in the machine, set the controls, step out again, and there he was.
Well, I have to say, that's very impressive, old boy.
He could even travel to parallel universes.
To where now?
Parallel universes. You know, a scientific theory that there's an infinite number of universes. Some physicists even believe that every time we do, or even don't do something, it creates another universe that we are unaware of.
I think one is quite enough. And your great-uncle Bar Mitzvah,
Bartholomew,
he could visit all these places?
Certainly could.
So, just one question then. If he created this fantastic machine, how come no one's ever heard of him?
Ah, well, there was a bit of a hitch on his last trip.
Which was?
He went to a parallel universe where they had no concept of parallel universes. He got stuck.
Oh dear.
Yes, but the laws of physics in that universe wouldn't let him come back to this one.
Is he, all right, as far as you can tell?
I think so. Before he went, he left a note saying that this new universe was run entirely by ageless, beautiful women who like to keep men as pets and service their every need, so to speak.
Blimey, can we go?
But we'd never get back.
Sod getting back. Set the controls now.
But you'd hate it.
I would not.
You would. He said they had no concept of tea and cakes.
No concept of tea and cakes.
Correct.
On second thoughts, let's stay here.
Wise decision. Anyway, I couldn't take you. This is a time machine, remember? Not a space machine. It moves a bit geographically, but not across universes.
Ah, yes. Pity. Something else has just occurred to me. How do you know it actually works? Have you used it yet?
Not yet, but I'm very confident about it.
And how do you operate it?
Well, you just slide into the seat, like this. Then you put on the seatbelt, like this. And you set the dials using these dials here. Give me a random date.
Oh, November the 23rd, 1672.
Right. So I just adjust these dials. And then if you were to push that red lever...
What, like this?
No, don't actually.
Oh. Crikey. He's gone. Good grief. Mugg and the whole time machine contraption just gone. I hope he'll be all right. Mind you, he did steal my lottery ticket. But then, he's my best friend. Oh, lummy. Mugg, you're back.
I'm back.
That's marvellous, even if you are a lottery ticket thief.
I'm not a lottery.
I say, what's that smell?
Smell?
Yes, there's a hell of a whiff here now. Did you, get a bit frightened during the trip?
Oh, that. Turns out that on November the 23rd, 1672, the spot where I landed was a dunghill.
Yuck.
Indeed, it took me a few hours to clean everything up before coming back. Dettol was in short supply in the 17th century.
A few hours? But you were only gone for a few seconds.
In this time stream, it was a bit longer in mine. Anyway, despite the pong, I've proved that my time machine works. This, my dear Zung, is an historic day in history.
It certainly is, old boy. Congratulations. Though, could I suggest you have a shower? Hello? What? Is that you, Nanny? I don't want to go to school today. The big boys will steal my trousers again. Come on, Zung, wake up. I say, glorious day. Not a cloud in the sky and bright sunshine. Mugg said it would be better today. Good Lord, Mugg. I completely forgot about everything that happened yesterday. Time to get the old suit of armour on and sort things out. I'll just pop downstairs first and put the kettle on. Can't start the day without a nice cup of tea. And maybe a slice of cake for breakfast. Lovely. What was that? That sounds like Mugg's time machine. Came from the living room. I say, Mugg? Mugg, are you here? No one here. Wait a minute, what's that on the sideboard? It's my lottery ticket. So he did have it all along. Oh, not now. I don't need a visitor now. Mugg.
Hello, Zung. May I come in? I have some explaining to do.
You certainly do. Frankly, I'm not sure I should let you in. But since it's such a nice day, as you predicted, and I have my lottery ticket back, and since you seem to have created the most important invention in human history, come in. The kettle's just boiled. Take a seat.
Thank you, old boy. I need it.
You do look as if you've been awake for about a week. That's not an effect of your time machine, I hope.
Not exactly.
So spill the beans.
Well, it all started when you kept going on about your lottery ticket.
Of course I kept going on about it.
Hear me out. Once I discovered that my time machine really worked, thanks to you pushing the lever before I was ready, I began to think about what time travel could actually mean. And it seemed to me that if one was the sort of person who was very interested in making lots of money,
which we are,
then a time machine would be ideal. So I hopped forward to tonight to see if your ticket won the lottery. And it did.
It did?
It did.
Woohoo! Finally! We're rich! What do you mean,
It did win the lottery, but that doesn't mean that it does.
Okay, now my head is beginning to hurt.
Bear with me. I persuaded you, the future you, to let me have all the money.
Really? What an idiot I was. Or, what an idiot I will be. This is very confusing.
My plan was to take the money back into the past and put it into some surefire investment scheme, so that by now it would be worth many millions more than its current value.
I understand, I think.
However, this is rather awkward. But the surefire investment scheme turned out to be somewhat less than surefire.
How much less than surefire?
About 100% less than surefire.
I see. And what was this surefire investment scheme?
Self-removing underwear.
Self-removing underwear?
Yes! Seemed like a great idea. Think of all those times you go to the loo, but want to just carry on reading your book or magazine, or doing something on your phone. Normally you'd have to pause while you drop your pants, but these pants were voice-activated and did it for you, so you could just carry on reading or texting or whatever.
And this didn't work because?
Well, although the underwear was self-removing, no one thought to team it with the self-removing trousers and skirts, so the whole thing got a bit messy. Also, because they were voice-activated, if you accidentally said the control word at the wrong time, it caused much havoc in the groin area. So you could say the bottom dropped out of the market.
And then what happened?
As you can imagine, I wasn't exactly flavour of the month. In fact, I had to arrange some pretty heavy personal protection from a group of freelance security specialists.
You mean?
A crime gang. A very big and very dangerous crime gang. And because I'd lost all the money, things got a bit tricky when they wanted paying. They threatened to kill Sparkle.
Who?
Sparkle, my cat. Got a pet while I was back in history. It was my only companion, and I didn't want it to be killed by the gang.
So what did you do?
I popped back to now in the time machine, told you all about it.
Did you?
This may not have happened yet in your timeline. Anyway, you agreed that we should go back to yesterday, get your lottery ticket.
So you did steal it?
I did, but I hadn't stole it when you originally accused me. And you helped me steal it. That person you thought you saw lurking by the gate was you. And the person who rang the doorbell and ran away was also you. That's why I was sending the text when you were trying to hand me that cup of tea, so I could tell you to ring the doorbell to distract yourself while I pocketed the lottery ticket.
This is very complicated.
So having got your ticket, we then went forward in time to claim the winnings so that I could go back in time and pay off the crime gang and free Sparkle. Then I popped back to this morning and finally returned your ticket before popping home again. And I came round to yours, and here we are.
Well, that all makes perfect sense.
Really?
No. In fact, I'm buggered if I know what's been going on. However, just tell me one thing. Do I, or do I not, actually win the lottery tonight?
Good question. One thing I have noticed in hopping between timelines is not everything is exactly the same when you return to the one you were in before. So the best I can say is you might win the lottery and you might not.
Couldn't you use the time machine to pop forward to tonight and find out?
If you don't mind, I think I'll give the time machine a rest for a bit. It's all been a bit much just lately.
For both of us. Yes, I see your point. I think the best thing to do now would be just to settle down with a nice cup of tea and some cake and try to relax.
Absolutely. And look, it's time for our favourite radio programme. That'll help us calm down.
Oh yes, I never miss this.
I'll just turn on the radio.
This is the Shirehampton Stuffed Wombat Society with their performance of The Tim Machine. Our story starts in a quiet suburban living room where a middle-aged man in a suit of armour... The Tim Machine was written by Richard Hall and starred Tim Reed as Timothy Mugg and Richard Hall as the announcer and Dick Zung. Sound effects were so last century, and it was a stuffed wombat production.